Our next guest from the Teachers Professional Association of Victoria, Edward Schuller. Good morning.
Yeah, Tom, how you doing?
Good. Now, I know we're a bit limited in what we can say about yesterday's incident at Keysborough Secondary College, but, I mean, has it happened, if ever before, that a teacher has stabbed a principal, allegedly?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, not less in our state or in our country. Look, it's horrendous news, and we're praying for Principal Aaron and for a speedy recovery. But yeah, I guess it is a bit more unrelated to the broader knife crime that's going on across the state. But we have seen that. I mean, just last week we saw some scenes in Berwick where an 11-year-old student allegedly stabbed an 8-year-old. So there's a lot of issues there that I think we're probably able to speak more freely about, Tom.
Yeah. Is there something we need to do? Like, for example, I mean, I mentioned this American movie in the 80s called The Class of 1984, and they had schools in the near future, this is 45-odd years ago, that had metal detectors at every entrance and exit to the school. I mean, is that something we might have to consider in the near future?
I mean, look, you'd hope not. That's treating the symptom and not the problem itself. And I think when we get back to the most prevalent occurrences of this violence in our schools, it is perpetrated by students a lot of the time. And that's sort of symptomatic of the different issues societally that we have, particularly in Victoria. I mean, I used to live, at the start of this year, I lived in the CBD, and there weren't many days that went by without violence on the streets, and frequently with knives involved. So there's a broader societal issue, and when you've got that sort of stuff, it does spill into our schools. I think it was just last month, Tom, as well, outside school hours, that you've got these youth gangs killing innocent children. Like just recently we saw that African youth gang murdering an innocent 12-year-old and an innocent 15-year-old. So it's very worrying, and of course it's going to spill into our schools. So we've got to treat the problem, though, not just tinker around the edges with the symptom.
Well, out of interest, I'm guessing, I mean, you are a teacher yourself, but what are the solutions then? Is it early intervention? Is it stiffer punishments? Is it adult time for adult crimes? What do you think?
Yeah, look, it's interesting. We've seen the Queensland government go down that path, and you've seen crime rate go down markedly, which is interesting. I think, again, when you look at, there's something that doesn't sit right with the 11-year-old last week that I mentioned that just sort of get off scot-free, and I don't think the parents are held to much account either. So I think, again, it's symptomatic of a broader issue in society where there seems to be a very lax parenting going on, or there seems to be these gangs that are taking kids away from, I guess, civilized society, and it's very concerning. I mean, you can certainly look at why this is happening more broadly. I think it's pretty unquestionable that Melbourne's sort of turning into Australia's version of London, and there's violence. Like, it is unique to Victoria at the moment. We're not seeing this elsewhere across Australia.
Well, it's funny, the comparison with London, because you're right. I mean, 10 years ago, knife crime became a big thing in London. Both they were terrorist-related, but also just general criminals. And sadly, it spread here to Melbourne. Just also, you mentioned parents, or lack thereof, before. I mean, what about a system which does occur in some jurisdictions where parents are held wholly or partly responsible for crimes committed by their children? Is that something, do you think, we should look at?
I mean, I think it certainly should be considered. It can't be, we as humans have a very deep sense of justice, and when someone is wronged, there have to be people held to account so it doesn't happen again, but that there is also justice for the crime that's taken place. And it doesn't sit right that an 11-year-old can stab an 8-year-old and nothing come of it. So I think if we're not willing to go down the adult crime, adult time stuff, which I think is working in Queensland, then we sort of, need to look down that path. And I think the aversion for the Allen government on that is international human rights. But I think at the end of the day, we're probably more thinking, okay, well, what about the 8-year-old Victorian that just got stabbed? I think they have rights too.
Well, that's right. And of course, we only recently lifted the age of criminal responsibility. So under the old system, the 11-year-old who allegedly stabbed the 8-year-old could have been charged, but under the new system, it's not until you're 12. So he, as you say, gets off scot-free.
Yeah, and it's just not okay. And I think it sort of goes back to the point where they're seeing this. We're seeing civil unrest in our streets every single day. So it's going to naturally spill into every area of our society, and that's schools. And that's really concerning from our perspective. Like, it's not Melbourne's not a cohesive city. Victoria at large has become a place of civil unrest, and it is the government's duty to, at the very least, maintain order And it seems that in our streets and even in our classrooms now, there is widespread disorder. So I think the Premier has a lot to answer for. She can't be beholden to international organisations. She has to act for Victorians.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you for your time. Edward Schuller there, outspoken representative of the Teachers Professional Association of Victoria.